Vishal sir and Tabu, welcome to India today.
Thank you.
It is truly a pleasure to have you both together for this chat because, like I was telling Tabu, it's a rarity to get both of you together in the frame, and I think there is a holy trinity in the film industry, which is Gulzar Saab, Vishal sir, and Tabu.
Wow.
I think it's a trinity that can't be touched with. It should never be messed with. It's the Bible. So to get two parts of that trinity together to speak is a delight. I want to start with you, Tabu, and talk to you about your Insta post on Haider, that look test photo that you had shared,
yeah.
which got so much love from fans, which got so many comments. Take me back to that day and just speak to me a bit about that photo and that look test that happened, to give me a background of your connection with him.
तो ये कुछ श्रीनगर कश्मीर जाने से कुछ दिन पहले था. They were going little earlier. I was joining them, I think, a week after you started.
Yeah. First schedule.
Yeah, so he wanted to finish the look test and all before he went. And इनके साथ look test base बहुत casual होता है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं, बस कपड़े देख लिए and all that, and थोड़ा हंसी मजाक कर लिए and character set हो जाता है. तो I was shooting for Jai Ho, and I had come straight from shoot, and no, I think next day or something. Yeah, next day, and finished the film. And I went to the office and we were trying a couple of the clothes and all, and then we thought कि वो दुपट्टा लेना है या नहीं सर पे ना, वो decision मतलब वही लिया था हमने ना. तो दुपट्टा ओढ़ के देखा, हाँ ये तो बढ़िया लग रहा है, ये करते हैं. And then he wanted that nose pin.
Right.
Then वो दो type के nose pin हमने बनाए थे, before and then later, one diamond and one plain gold. और बस सिंपल था और वो हो गया. और वो फोटोग्राफ्स इतनी, मतलब वो मेमोरी इतनी कीमती है मेरे लिए कि whenever I look at those pictures, it's like relive Haider. And Haider खुद इतनी fresh है मेरी memory में कि it has not become just a memory in the past, or it has faded away. मैं उसी दिन बोल रही थी कि 10 साल हो गए शूट करके.
करेक्ट.
मतलब हम 2013 में गए थे श्रीनगर. तो बट बहुत ही अभी तक उसका इम्पैक्ट उस एक्सपीरियंस का वैसा ही है मेरे साथ. सो मुझे ऐसे मन किया कि ये पर्सनल फोटोग्राफ्स हैं जो लोगों ने दे हैवंट सीन, यू नो what goes behind and what went behind and how Ghazala came to be created.
Queen Ghazala. Like how she's now been.
So yes, so I wanted, to share it with people how this came about, and also because there is not a lot of difference between that picture and what translated on screen.
Right.
It's exactly that. So yeah, it was, yeah.
This insight that she's given about this character speaks volumes of your work. I don't even want to sort of quote on that, but I want to share with you my experience of watching Khufiya. I felt like it was such a departure and sort of a reinvention of your genre, because maybe as a filmmaker, you often get asked this question, oh, it's a Vishal Bhardwaj film, there's a signature stamp. Then you sort of shattered and broken that mold completely, sort of telling the viewer that, oh, you expect me to do this, but I can also surprise you and, do something of this sort. Did you enjoy, was it freeing just in that space, or was it just you doing what you liked?
Yeah, actually, I didn't do anything extraordinary. I didn't think that way, what you're saying. It's me, I like to keep jumping in between genres. And this espionage genre I have been trying to make a film for a very long time, because I think this is the most, juiciest genre you can get. It makes you feel like a kid. कि आप बिल्कुल बच्चे बन जाते हो कि जासूस, जैसे ही आपको पता चल जाए कि कोई जासूस है, कोई किसी दूसरे देश में स्पाई गया हुआ है, कोई मोल है, तो मुझे वो यूनिवर्स बहुत पसंद है. जैसे एक राइटर है, जॉन लकार थे, एक राइटर जिनकी नाइट मैनेजर भी जिनका था, वो खुद एक ऑपरेटिव थे MI6 में, और उन्होंने 20 साल जॉब करने के बाद जॉब छोड़ा. उसके बाद वो ही बिकेम ए राइटर, एंड ही रोट दैट टिंकर टेलर सोल्जर स्पाई and Night Manager and so many, like The Worst Person in the World. Beautiful, I mean, जो डिटेलिंग होती थी एक इन एस्पिनाज वर्ल्ड की, वो सबसे ज़्यादा खूबसूरत जॉन लकार की राइटिंग में आई. इट्स लाइक ए वेरी लिटरेचर वर्क. तो मुझे उस तरह की फिल्म करने का मन था, हिचकॉक की तरह जो उन्होंने जो फिल्में की हैं, एस्पिनाज पे बहुत फिल्में की हैं उन्होंने, हिचकॉक ने। तो मुझे लगा था कि वो हमारे यहाँ वो अनछुआ है,
राइट,
हमारे यहाँ उस तरह से देखना। तो मुझे तो मैं वो वैसा कुछ कर रहा था, बट आई थिंक क्योंकि इस तरह की फिल्म मैंने कभी की नहीं है तो इसलिए लग रहा है कि लगेगा।
Right, and you know, you sort of live in the world of books and characters and fiction, and there has been no better justice done to anything that is written than you bringing your vision and showing that on the screen. I want to also speak to you about the magic that you both create when we watch anything. You know, there is just that timing, there is just that nuance that I'm guessing you both have sort of mastered over the years. But would it be right to say that Marches would be perhaps the first time that you got to interact with her and both of you got to interact with each other?
Yeah, I remember Marches के मुहूर्त पे हम लोग पहली बार मिले थे। ऐसी लंबी पूरी लाइन लगी हुई थी
फिल्म सिटी में
और वो सेट लगा हुआ था घर का और सबका फोटोग्राफ हो रहा था। एंड टबू ने वहाँ से यू नो झांक के बोला था कि मैं भी बहुत अच्छा गाती हूँ। यू नो शी इज लाइक दैट। तो बहुत तब से हमारा जो रिश्ता है और अब तक बहुत हम लोगों ने ज़िंदगी देखी है एक साथ, एक दूसरे की देखी है, दुनिया की ज़िंदगी देखी है, दोस्त हमारे रहे हैं, दोस्त खोया भी है हम लोगों ने इरफान। बहुत एक जर्नी है एक हम लोगों की।
Correct me if I'm wrong, did Irfan also sort of contribute to Khufiya? I heard that he sort of recommended the book to you and said that...
Yeah, actually book मैंने सबसे पहले मेरे पास ये बुक आई थी, एक मेरे IPS ऑफिसर दोस्त हैं, उन्होंने मुझे ला के दी थी कि ये लाइक द डे ऑफ जैकॉल काइंड ऑफ यहाँ पे, और पहली बार किसी काउंटर स्पिनाज यूनिट के जो डायरेक्टर थे उन्होंने इस ऑपरेशन को जो कि हेड कर रहे थे, जो ये ऑपरेशन था, तो उसके उन्होंने किताब लिखी है। मैं उस वक्त इतना ओवरवेल्म्ड था बहुत सारी किताबों से कि मैंने कहा मुझे नहीं चाहिए, मैं नहीं लूँगा। लेकिन इरफान 5-6 महीने बाद मिले, उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि अब क्योंकि वो जब उस बुक के राइट्स लेने गए तो उन्हें पता चला कि बुक मुझे ऑफ़र हुई थी, फिर कोई और उसके ऊपर बना रहा था। तो इरफान ने बोला कि आप कैसे छोड़ सकते हैं वो किताब, तो दैट रिमेन्ड विद मी, फिर मैंने उसके राइट्स लिए।
Correct. Tabu, you know, it's very strange, but the other day, a couple of my friends were discussing films, and the films from the 90s and the films from the 2000s. You know, when you have delivered back-to-back hits, blockbusters in the 90s, and there are iconic films that you've delivered, then when that whole change happened and people started putting you in a particular bracket and box, saying that, oh, you know, she's such a good actor and nobody saw that in her, and now look at her now, she's almost started using words like parallel cinema and art house cinema and all of that. Then you do a Bhool Bhulaiya 2 again, and then you confuse those people and say that, but you put me in that box. But listen, I'm here giving one of the biggest hits of the year. You've dealt with that almost all of your career till this date. What do you make of that notion? People want you to put you in boxes, and how did you deal with it?
See, it's very easy for an actor to get inside a box unless you consciously change it. And of course, you have to be lucky to even get that, you know, chance and space to change it. But I think what happens is people will come to you for what they think will work in their favor. So that's how I think this boxing gets so, you know, rampant, and ek ban jata hai wo. Ke, he or she works very well for us in this film because, you know, audiences like her or him in this. So let's cast them like this. So the film will work. It works. So that's how, मतलब ज़्यादातर लोग ऐसे सोचते हैं. बट मैंने कभी ऐसा सोचा नहीं अपने बारे में, ना सिनेमा के बारे में, ना फिल्मों के बारे में. आई थिंक मैं बहुत ज़्यादा फिल्म बैकग्राउंड से नहीं आई हूँ, तो इतने रूल्स रेगुलेशंस मेरे माइंड में थे नहीं. तो मैं आई थी, आई वाज वर्किंग, आई वांटेड टू एंजॉय माय वर्क, आई वांटेड टू एक्सप्लोर यू नो क्रिएटिविटी, एक्टिंग, अपना खुद का एक पर्सनल जर्नी कर रही थी मैं. Then to find roles like Marches and all that, you know. So I never thought of getting boxed, getting serious. And actually, having said that, I think I am somebody who's actually not been stereotyped at all. Whenever I think there was a chance, then something completely contrasting to that came, and then that broke, and that broke, and that broke. And that's why I was always open to doing everything, because I get completely bored with monotony and with predictability. So I cannot go on a path that makes me feel predictable about myself, you know. So it was very important for me to keep saying yes and to keep exploring those characters and those films, and that's why when Amachis came, when Hututu came. So for me, it was like, you know, like really growing out of my skin into somebody else. And then a Maqbool, a character that was like lethal for the regular Hindi film heroine to do, because you were dark and you had sexuality and you had lust and you were doing all the wrong things, and you were, I mean, Lady Macbeth in the world of literature, but when you see it in the context of Hindi cinema and heroines and leading actresses, it meant all that. And it was really like blasphemous, but for me it was the best thing to experience and to get to, you know, work with his vision. Also because for an actor, the most integral part of their journey and their representation is how a director sees them. And a director will come to you with something only if he sees you like that. If a director is coming to you with something, that means he's seeing you like that. And the way he saw me, when the script came to me, I was like, oh my God, he's seen me like this, you know, and it hadn't happened till then. Nobody saw me like that. So then you start looking at yourself like that, you know. And if I speak about me and him and those films, the sexuality that he explored was unlike any other film. Actually, तो woman की और actress की, leading actress की, character की sexuality का इतना strong role होता नहीं है हमारी फिल्मों में. पहले तो बिल्कुल नहीं होता था. So the fact that her sexual journey was defining the course of the story and the other characters, you know, so that was the most interesting part for me to experience. And then also in Haider. So I'm trying to understand, it's the way he sees me and the angle and the factor of sexuality that he brings in. When you see Haider, there's nothing apparently sexual about her.
Yes.
Yeah, but when you see the film and when you leave with a deep kind of sexual imprinting that has happened on you when you see Ghazala and Haider together.
Correct.
When you see the mother and son together. And that was the most interesting and potent part for me in Haider. You can't see it, but you can feel it, you know. And also with Khufiya, there is that thing. So I think experimenting with the whole sexual existence of the characters has been key for me with him.
Wow. And I know she gets bored very easily, and I know she doesn't like monotony. She gets really excited when something out of the box, something challenging is thrown at her. Khufiya in itself, it must be the reason also, that monotony and breaking that must be a reason why you've taken it. If I had to ask you now, it's a tricky question. According to you, if you put on the director's hat, what is her most underrated performance that I think we guys don't do much justice to her? Is there a performance that you think is not much spoken in the fandom of Tabu's films that you think is underrated?
I don't think so. Yeah. Which one I mean, for that, you know, one has to do a research. You require a research for that.
Okay. Similarly, Tabu, is there a film of his that you've not been a part of, that you've watched and you were like, that's a juicy part, or that's a track that I would?
No, I haven't. There are a few films. Kamine I was not a part of. Which is Omkar I was not a part of. Yeah.
Okay, because you do have that, I think, that right perhaps with each other to also call those shots on when the script or the character doesn't come to you, because you have that rapport.
No. We also know that it will come to me. I also know that. And he also knows that this she will do. You know.
I think our relationship is beyond materialism and work.
Yeah.
It's beyond work. We know that, you know. That
Absolutely. Tell me, if you had to be a Khufiya on him for a day, and if we had to, in his office, what would an average Vishal Bhardwaj day look like? If we had a spy cam in his office, what do you think, what would it look like, since you know him so well?
I think he would be singing to himself all the time. And he would be composing some tune and playing the harmonium, and also be aware of what the ADs are coming to say and all that. And he will be writing something and gungunawing something. मुझे ऐसे लगता है.
Music. You can't. I mean, music and you are absolutely. Tell me what gives you more joy? It's a very, again, a subjective question, but directing and music, because for us, watching your films is also part of going on that musical journey.
You know, म्यूजिक का बहुत ही पर्सनल, बहुत इंडिविजुअली उसका एक जो सेटिस्फेक्शन आता है, उसको आप किसी चीज़ से कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते हैं. फिल्म मेकिंग में क्या है कि इट गिव्स यू नो पावर टू क्रिएट. You become a creator. So that power, you know, so one has to check oneself also, because with power comes corruption, you know.
Yes.
So that, because you become absolute, because on set director is the last word, whether he's right or wrong. So that kind of power, to use that power in executing your vision and creativity. So that's a different, because even when in post you are sitting on editing, you know, that sense of power you have, that you can cut somebody's smile, you can cut somebody's tears, you can cut short their walk. So, you know, and then creating क्योंकि पूरा सीन जब कट रहे होते हैं, पहले तो सीन का नहीं पता होता है कि इम्पैक्ट कैसा आएगा. और बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि जो सीन का इम्पैक्ट शूट करते हुए है वो एडिट में नहीं आता है. और फिर जब वो सीन साथ में रख जाते हैं, जब वो इंडिविजुअली वर्क कर रहे थे, पर जब साथ में आते हैं तो वर्क नहीं करते हैं. तो इट्स ए ऑन गोइंग, यू नो, लाइक ए टीम वर्क क्रिएशन. इट्स नॉट जस्ट वन पर्सन जॉब, व्हाइल म्यूजिक इज जस्ट योर ओन थिंग.
Wow, that's a very cool insight that you've sort of given into your mind. We never thought of that, the way you sort of analyzed it. Tabu, I have to speak about the fact that your fandom is legitimately obsessed with you, and they are really, really sort of, every time a Tabu film comes out, there is so much excitement on social media, yet you've stayed sort of true to yourself. You've not jumped on any bandwagon of let's do this reel and let's do this trend and let's... how do you stay true to yourself without sort of succumbing to the pressures of what it is to sort of market a film?
I keep that kind of company. I surround myself with people who also don't like to do all that. ये देखिए.
Exhibit A.
But yeah, I think it's part of my personality. I mean, that's going to reflect in whatever like era or generation or times we live in. I was never so out there. I mean, I've never been like that. And this is who I am, I guess. I can't explain more. But yeah, I interact with my loyal audiences, like you said, my fandom, a lot. And I really treasure them a lot. And I just feel that the kind of genuine love and affection I've got from people for my work is something that I can't explain. I mean, you really can't explain how that feels, you know. And they really genuinely love me. And I think it goes also beyond my movies, you know. They have like personal love for me. I can feel that. I hope I'm not wrong. But it's a very, something personal that they feel with me and I feel with them. And I really appreciate that. And I have huge respect for the fact that somebody can be so unabashed about, you know, expressing their love and their praise and their appreciation for you and your work. I really respect that sentiment a lot, a lot.
Your fans are going to be excited to hear that. And I think the same sentiment sort of comes to you as well. Yeah. Because for us, I mean, come on, you could just sort of binge watch your films and that would sort of reset us and make us just feel normal again. You have also sort of, you know, made films in an era with no social media, no whatever is meant to be done, the New Testament that it's said in movie marketing promotions. If there was one trend that you think you want to sort of get rid of in the industry in general, what would it be? Is there something that you feel like should go easy on this, you know, really don't need all of this?
I mean, inside the industry, you're saying industry norm?
In general, industry norm-wise.
I think everything, yeah, you know, if you can get money from the government, you know, to make films, because we have to depend on the investor. And that studio system, it's we are sitting on a studio platform, but the studio system is like tough. So there are executives who may not align with you, who have a totally different way of looking at films. So filmon mein, because it has to be a one person's vision, and that us पूरे time filmmaker को सिर्फ अपना वो विजन को बचा के चलना होता है कि दिस इज़ व्हाट यू नो आई वांटेड टू मेक। इनफैक्ट जब प्रमोशन पे बात आती है तो मैं हमेशा उस पे जाता हूँ कि जब मैंने पहले दिन ही डिसाइड किया था कि मैं फिल्म बनाना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि फिल्म मेकिंग इतना टफ काम है, इतने सारे लोगों के साथ काम करना होता है, अब इतने सारे लोगों को मोटिवेट करना होता है और इस पेन के थ्रू गुजरना होता है। जैसे मणिरत्नम बोलते हैं कि वी ऑल आर फेलो सफरर्स, तो वो इतनी सफरिंग है सब लोगों की, एक्टर्स की, हमारी सब टेक्नीशियंस की, और वो लोग जो कि कभी दिखते ही नहीं है, इतने लोगों की वो है। तो जब आपको कमिट करते हैं उसके लिए, जब प्रमोशन का मार्केटिंग का टाइम आता है तो सम अदर पीपल आर टेकिंग कॉल्स फॉर यू, सो दैट उस विजन को बचा के चलना, तो उसको आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं किसी को, बिकॉज बहुत ही इंटर रिलेटेड है ये सब चीज़ें। But that one thing that bothers.
Wow, that's again a great insight. But despite all of that, your love, passion for filmmaking and cinema, both of you, times have come, trends have come, people have come and gone. Your passion for dedication towards your craft is just a testament of the love and affection that comes your way. For me, watching Khufiya was a delight. It sort of grounded me and made me come back and realize that this is why I'm here and this is what we are here for, is to just watch just great people come together.
And you watched it twice?
Yes, I did. Because a Vishal Bhardwaj film needs a second watch. There is so much layering.
It grows on you.
It grows on you.
Growing on you.
It stays with you. It almost like fabric. So thank you for Khufiya. Thank you, Tabu, for this chat. Thank you, Vishal sir. I hope we get to meet again and have more collaborations.
Yes.
I'm sure we will.
Thank you.
Thank
Cut.
you.
Thank you.